On to David Fincher. So back when I did that video, I said I had never seen Alien 3, his first feature film, and I really didn't want to. The reason being that I knew what happened to the remaining characters from Aliens, and I really didn't want that to happen. I figured as long as I never saw it, then it never happened, but I realized I could just ignore that happens if I wanted to, and I can't judge a movie if I haven't seen it. Maybe it'll be better than a lot of critics said. As the 4 survivors of the last film are hurtling through space, a facehugger that happened to be on the ship causes it to crash. Newt and Hicks are killed, and Ripley is now on a prison planet filled with men that have a genetic mutation. But a xenomorph impregnates a dog, and now there's an alien loose on the planet with no way off. Alright, I'll give this movie credit. It's ambitious. They could have just made another Aliens, get a bunch of people with guns, and rehash the last movie. But instead, they took a lot of risk. They killed off Hicks and Newt, set it on a planet with little means of defense, and then of course, there's the ending. I won't spoil it, but it is a very ballsy ending. I didn't want to see it because I knew it killed off Hicks and Newt and didn't want that to happen, but that is so inconsequential to this story it may as well have never brought them up. Ripley barely shows any emotion to them dying, and I guess you can say she's been traumatized that it doesn't faze her anymore, but no, she would be weeping for hours after hearing both of them died. But besides that, I actually don't really have many problems with the plot. I appreciate that it's more low-key with more emphasis on survival than gun shooting action. I also like the look of the film. While not quite up to the visual masterpiece the first movie was, it does have a bit of a mix between gritty and kind of sleekness to it. So really my problem isn't the story. My biggest problem is that it's just kind of boring. Like, a large majority of the film is just talking and walking around, and occasionally the alien attacks. And I guess you can say that about the first movie, but I like those characters. In this one, I don't care about most of them. I don't hate them, I just don't know much about them. We find out a little over halfway through that one of them has a wife and kids, and that's about it. When characters were killed, I had to think, wait, which one was that? I would just continuously drift in and out. The movie is just kind of forgettable, which I guess is the main consensus. No one considers it the worst Alien movie, at least not anymore, and I guess it has a small fan base, but for me, it was too dull and the characters weren't interesting enough. Again, it is a well-made movie. I really like the part where we see through the alien's point of view as it chases people. The acting is pretty good, although some of the editing is pretty bad. I hate the opening credits and how it keeps switching between credit and some small scene of the survivors being attacked. Also, some of the CG has not held up. For a first-time director, it's well done, but the story and characters weren't enough for me. I give it a 5 out of 10. Credit for its ambition. They could have played it safe, but wanted to do something more original. Unfortunately, its ambition makes the other 2 movies mostly pointless. Given that I have never, and likely will never, see Alien Resurrection, because I have not heard one person say it is good, I still can't say this is the worst Alien movie. I liked it more than the first Alien vs. Predator and Alien Covenant. Never saw Requiem, but I also heard that is terrible, so take that for what it's worth. Anyway, tomorrow we head all the way to 2014 to look up the movie every feminist likes quoting, despite the fact that it's about a psychopath. See you then.